Salam, sister.
A very good morning to you.
Same to you.
Welcome to Baba and I program. Thanks for coming in. And can you tell us how you come to know Baba?
It all actually would start when I was young. I had a lot of spiritual experiences of all kinds. And then every time I used to look at the sky and ask, looking for God, I said, God, why you make so many religions? Why everything is so confusing? Well, one day I find somebody who will unlock the key for me. So that was how my life started. It had a spiritual basis. Then in my 30s, I was very actively involved in meditation, what you call Transcendental Meditation. So a group of us were all together, and 8 of us formed one group, private group. We call ourselves the 7 chakras. We used to meditate faithfully every day, morning and night, and we gather once a week. So this group was formed. Then suddenly, in 1985, I met Sister Tangam and Brother Jim, the founder of our Sai Center. They invited me to go to their house to attend bhajan. So I was like a duck out of water. They were singing things that I do not understand. So I sat down and said, what's the best thing to do? I sat down and meditate. When I meditate, it was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was the best meditation I ever had. So I keep on going to their Sai Center, learning a bit about Sai, but really to meditate. Then one day, I found the mantra I've been repeating for hundreds of thousands of times suddenly disappear. Bhajan songs go through my head. And then especially this chant, Asatoma, became one of my mantras. So I told my group of people, hey, you know, I have very, very wonderful experiences in this Sai Center. So I said, okay, we all go. So there were 8 of us, all Chinese, one Kadazan Chinese. So the Sai Center had a shock. Suddenly 8 Chinese appear. And all of us actually were with the center for quite some years. And after 32 years, 4 of us are still around. And we wondered why 8 of us would go to the Sai Center and become members. There were Christians, there were Chinese, there were Buddhists. So later I found from Brother Jim that actually when he got permission from Swami to form the center, he also asked Swami for help. He said, Swami, we don't have enough people to do seva. So Swami said, don't worry, better him, I will help you. And so actually we realized that we were the group that actually Swami had prepared years ago to be useful, good members of the Sai Center. And previous to that, when I was a schoolboy, in my hard-earned pocket money, I bought a book on Swami. It was very impressive, so I read it. And among the words was, if you take 1 step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards you. I said, wow, that's very impressive. So let me pray to you that you come to me. But I prayed. There was no response. So after a few days, I give up. I said, maybe Baba, I'm not for you, or I'm a young schoolboy. I am not ready for you. So the story ends there. So in 1985, our chairman came and talked to me. Brother, I'm going to Puttapati. Now, why don't you write a letter to Swami? I said, what's the point of writing a letter to Swami? If Swami takes your letter, your request will be answered. Whatever you ask will be answered. I said, okay. But at that time, I had nothing to ask. And I was not really a Sai follower, a real active Sai follower yet. So I said, okay, I write a simple letter. Dear Swami, please help me. Then I thought about my wife. So I have urge to understand and love you better. So it was a very harmless, very diplomatic letter, no consequence I gave to Brother Jim. Then, about a week later, I started having very strange experiences. Swami suddenly appeared in my presence, north, south, east, west, wherever I looked, I could feel Swami, I could see him. So, how do I describe this experience? I had about 7 days of it. It was like your mother's deepest love embracing you beyond comprehension. It's like you were falling in love. So it was very intensive. At times, tears just keep coming up. And I said, Swami, what's happening to me? I had no relationship with you. You are 5,000 kilometers away by sea. Alright, why am I having this experience? And please, I can't even walk, because day and night, this thing was with me. You could feel the divine presence. It was touching your heart. It was touching your consciousness. So it's very hard to describe, but it just chokes you. So you just feel so ecstatic. You feel, I would call it the agony and the ecstasy, because it was so beautiful, yet it was also pain. So how do you describe? It's the agony. Yeah, the pain actually is the happiness that you did not experience. So it becomes, you say it's pain, but it's actually happiness. So that was it. So it tapered off, and I said, hey, thank you for me. Please don't come again like this. So all quiet. Then Brother Jim came back. He said, hey, Brother Johnny, I have good news for you. I said, what good news? Baba took your letter. I said, when? We calculated. Yes, the experience I had was about the time Swami took the letter. So that was really, I think, the beginning of my real adventures with Swami. It has been a beautiful road all the way. But that was His grace. And I think, imagine the avatar spent 7 days with you. It's even very hard to get 1 hour of his time. Well, that is grace. Then after that, it was my time to go to party. It was 1990. So we took this Tangan came and asked me, you want to go? Sure, we want to go. So we went, and the next day, we had the interview. Yeah.
We were graced with the interview.
Yes,
and what transpired?
To know that you have an interview is euphoric. It's just like you won the lottery. So
You have not expected.
Never expected. So after 1 day, so you go in, you were speechless. You don't know what to say, although you could talk. But I think a group of people were there. There was one boy from I think Madras or something like that, and Swami was talking to him. Swami asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "Studying." We look at him and said, "No, many girlfriends. You are not studying, you are studying." Then Swami asked him, "Oh, your grandmother?" "Yes, he just received a letter from you." "Yeah." Swami said, "I've always been sending letters to your grandmother." And then Swami said, "What do you want?" The boy didn't know what to say. So Swami waved and manifested a nice topaz ring for him. And Swami gave him advice. Many friends, but Swami only friend. So these are all the interviews that took place. But you look at the people in Puttapati, you would see all kinds of souls there. But you could see that this is a sign manifestation. The greatest manifestation, I would say, is the transformation of the thousands of individuals who go to Puttapati. That time, one of my visits, there was a lady humbly sweeping the floor. And then she slipped outside our corridor. Then when I found out who she was the wife of a very rich person. She had servants in her house. And in Puttapati, she was sweeping the floor and sleeping outside our room. If that is not manifestation, if that is not transformation, I don't know what it is. So that, I think, is the greatest sign manifestation. I mean, Papa said, well, I give you, my postcard. But what is inside you is me. You see, Swami talks to different people in different ways. And among us was a brother who loved meditation. And then another one of us from Sai Center was a sister. She cannot meditate. So she was feeling guilty because a very good devotee. So she asked Swami about meditation. Swami knew. Swami told her, no need to meditate, just do seva. So this brother who heard it, my God, Swami, in your cycle of conduct, daily prayer and meditation. So in his mind, he asked Swami one question. He told me that, Swami, give me a sign. If you don't show it, I will stop giving up meditation. Then Swami said, what book are you reading? Give me the book. And it was Dhyana Pahini. And Swami took the book, didn't say anything. We love and expression Swami. So Swami answers in a multi-level platform. So you cannot predict him.
Have you ever witnessed any miraculous incidents?
Well, I've seen our sister Pangam getting the diamond rings, this and that. But and then of course, you read about it, you see. But I've seen our sisters coming with rings. One brother also got a diamond ring, small one. So these are some of the things I've seen. But I tend more to look inwards. So that is the direction of my journey.
What are his teaching that is most appealing to you?
Baba's teaching consists of every teaching. It's up to you what suits you, what appeals to you, and what you want to follow. Because I would say I have made among my journey in life, made study of religion. It's about the most complete that you could ever get. So it depends on you. I believe certain people will find certain teachings more suitable to follow.
How has Sai Baba transformed your life?
Well, when I first was a young devotee, Baba started with me. He gave me 7 days of agony and ecstasy. And after that, I think the process has been gradual. In my case, it's more inwards. It's more spiritual. So a lot of things that I wanted to know, I certainly just addressed Swami. Next moment, I know. So I have understood a lot of things that I wanted. Remember I told you, I wanted to put the jigsaw puzzle together. Yes, Swami has unlocked this key for me. And then of course, there is a personal transformation. You begin to realize that you are not you. So in humbly, I hope I've lost a lot of my ego. It has disappeared. I am more aware that I'm the one, I'm not the two. So that is, then of course, the heart becomes more compassionate. You become very kind. You become more generous, and you become more stingy on yourself. You practice chilling on desire, so that you can give the money to others. So then, of course, things like other things like a temper and all that. I think slowly, reduces it. So I'm still on the road, a long way to go, but I'm steadily going on.
Besides attending bhajan and things like are you involved in any activities?
Oh yeah, I was the secretary of the Sai Center for about 9 years, and I organized a very big exhibition which traveled to parts of Malaysia. So these are some of the things I'm involved in, and currently I'm working on a book for Swami. Hope to be ready by his birthday.
A book?
Yes.
Can you describe what?
Well, I think the book, it has been what has been with me all the time, meditation.
Oh, meditation.
I hope to write a book for him in time for his birthday.
I see. Okay. I've asked this question a few times and you're not no exception. Who is Sai Baba?
It comes a time when you realize the totality of everything comes to one. Papa has always been talking non-dualistic, non-dualistic. So then I would say to Baba, he is my one. When I say one, then I mean everything, my life. The things I practice, the things I see, even then sometimes I think when you are in a very good spiritual state, you take the breath of life, not for yourself, then say, I take it for Swami. And then you go beyond that, I take it because I am part of that universal consciousness. So I think it has really overtaken all aspects of my life until, well, Swami and me are basically at the best good state of mind, one. There's no two. This one I'd like to share with you all because it was a very interesting experience. In a few years down the line, I became so enamored of Sai, of God. I just want to be closer and closer. How close I could be. It was very intense period of sadhana. Then one day when I was in the prayer room, I sat down. I said, "Oh, Johnny, Baba has made your life so comfortable. You got everything. You ever got a problem in the world. You never even ask him for anything. But know one thing. This comfort you are having is also you're enjoying it. So too much. So maybe Baba should do something." So I told Baba, "Swami, I'm enjoying a very good life. Thanks to you. Please, mark this word, make me a little bit poorer so I can remember God more."
Seriously?
Yes. It was a very sincere prayer, not challenging Swami, but out of earnestness, out of love. So, believe me, anything prayer for your sadhana, Swami definitely answers. So, overnight, in a short while, my world turned upside down. All the things successfully I was doing became problematic. People will say, "Hey, Johnny, maybe you want to collect your money, and we're not paying you."
So do you regret asking? Do you regret asking?
No, I don't. Because whatever I went through, it's like you tell your bank, "Hey, I owe you money. I got a lot of karmic debts. Please let me have a quick payment." So it was actually a quick payment. Swami accelerated my karma, and things really went tough for me. But at the end of the day, I put through, and I remember going to Kutapati to find an answer to my problem, which was asked for sincerely. Swami did not answer. But when I went home, I had a dream from Swami. Then I know, Johnny, your days of suffering and sadhana, what you asked for is over. I had a dream. Swami came to Sabah. He brought his elephant, Sai Gita, with him. And they were going to stay in the hotel which we still have in Sabah. We call Wheeler Hotel. Very interesting. They said, "Oh, Swami is staying at 8th floor. You know what Chinese take 8 to give, and they got problem. They cannot bring the elephant up the 8th floor. They're going to use a big crane." During my dream, I said, "Oh, Swami, I better go and help." Before I could get up, they said, "Oh, no problem. Swami and elephant already in Mino Hotel 8th floor." Then I woke up. I said, "Thank you, Swami. You have given me a sign that what I asked for, the period of trial, accelerated karma is over." And then after that, my life for the last almost 20 years, up to now, very smooth, very smooth. So I would say that was the best prayer I ever made to Swami. Thank you. So Swami has always been in my heart. Thank you, Sister Grace. It was my grace that you interviewed me. Thank you on behalf of Swami. Thank you very much.